What's up, everyone? I'm CEO Connolly, and today we're going to be talking about my Affair series. There are 4 books in the Affair series. There's Forbidden Affair, Family Affair, Fundamental Affair, and Fruitful Affair. And yes, they all start with F. Of course, I have Friendly Misfortunes because apparently I was going for something and then decided it was dumb and didn't finish it. So anyway, okay, so here's the deal. There are underlying, like, real life situations that I put into all of my books. In the Affair series, especially in the first one, okay, so in the first one, there's the thing. It's basically you don't know who people really are unless you know, right? I mean, there has to be, technically you don't know who a person actually is. That's the thing. Because the guy who does this to her is someone she knows, but she doesn't really know him, if that makes sense. So you don't really know who people are. Now, here's the deal. So she was abandoned by her mother. Somehow her mother had some kind of reasoning for this. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It was dumb, right? So she was abandoned by her mother. Her mother basically took her to this hotel being like, oh, we're gonna have so much fun, and then just leaves her ass there. So she ends up having to find her own family. And of course, she lives through the entire foster care system, and she finds the 2 people that she decides are going to be her family. Those are the 2 that are in all the other books, right? So she has her family. She meets her family regularly. They go and they do things and stuff happens, right? They have a great time. But here's the thing though. Those 2 people that she goes and meets with regularly, that she lived with in the last foster home that she was in, right? So those are her family. Those are her sisters. So they go through this whole ordeal. She gets taken. Her leg gets chopped off because can't run without only one leg, right? But my thing is, though, is that do you really know your family? Do you really know who your family is? There are so many secrets that certain people and families hold that you don't really know who your family actually is, right? So there's that. And no, it does not have to do with the 2 girls that are her chosen family. That has something to do with the actual biological family that she has. But you don't really know people. Even possibly the man you married. You don't really know people. So my whole point in every single one of the books that I have ever written, there are underlying stories in each one of them. And trying to figure out exactly who these people are that are in your life that you come into contact with regularly, do you really know these people? You see what I'm saying? So essentially, when I wrote this series, okay, the original concept was you don't really know the strangers that you come into contact with on a daily basis. You may call them friends, you may call them neighbors, you may call them, Joe Schmo at the cafe that you regularly visit, right? So the thing is that you don't really know people, and don't ever, God forbid, if somebody rings your doorbell and there is nobody at the door, do not leave your door open when you go out to try to figure out if it's kids playing ding dong ditch. I'm just saying, don't do that because then someone gets into your house. There are certain things you have to actually pay attention. Everything that is done in this series is literally just pay attention to your surroundings. Make sure that you are aware of your surroundings at all times. And don't be dumb. And you don't really know people. You literally do not really know people. There could be someone in your life that you don't really know. Do you know how many people are out there that don't really know that their spouse is having an affair? And none of this has anything to do with my actual life. I'm going to put that out there right now. None of this has to do with my life. My husband is amazing. I'm just saying in general, all of this is literally fiction. It's, yes, everything that I ever wrote about and have ever written about does come from some true stories. There are true things out there that happen, and I put it in my book. It's not in my life. This is not true things that happen in my life. Let me put it that way. Except for Roadkill Cafe. Well, it's not really. Okay. Anyway. But my thing is that I want everyone to be aware that you don't really know people in your life. Really get to know these people. I know my husband. I know everything there is to know about him because I do my due diligence. And I made sure that when we were first married, that I knew exactly what he was doing, when he was doing it, and how he was doing it. And he's always at work, so there you go. That's exactly what it is. He is the type of person that goes to work, comes home, and the end. That's what he does. So I know my husband. I know exactly who he is as a person. And I know that I'm pretty sure that my parents can say the same thing. They know each other very well. They've been married for 40 some odd years, right? But that's the thing though, is that do you really know the people that you surround yourself with? How many of them are being nice to your face and then turning around and just trashing you to other people? And most likely trashing you to someone that doesn't even know who you are, but if they were to meet you in public because this other person has actually trashed you, they're going to assume that you're a bad person. So there's that too. So keep in mind that there are people out there who probably are nice to your face, but then trash you behind your back. And you'd never know because they are so fake to your face that they are trashing you behind your back. So be aware that it's not just, random people that you've met in your life that you don't really hang out with. It's not just, maybe even just your family. Could be, but you never know. Maybe it's your spouse. But you don't know unless you actually look into it. Do your due diligence, look into things, and make sure that you know who you're surrounding yourself with. Because once you do, you'll start realizing that some of those people just need to be cut out of your life. Now, Thursday's video is going to be Friendly Misfortunes. I will tell you the backstory on that one and what the real life situation is on that one. Next week, I do have Killer Suburbia, and I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to talk about my cult series or if I'm going to wait on that one. But I am telling you now, every single one of my stories, my novels, my books, there is an underlying real life situation that you could be looking into and realizing that you could be happier if you just looked into the people that you put in your life. Remember that. And this is a short one for today because that is all I have for you. Just remember to look into the people that you allow into your life and make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people. Because having those good people in your life is the difference between living a miserable life or being happy with who you are. I've cut people out of my life and I am happier than ever with my decisions and everything that I have chosen to do. So I'm just saying. Anyway, you can get the Affair series on my website. You can even get a box set that comes with a notebook and some extras. $45. Each book is $10 for now. If you saw my video a couple weeks ago, then you know that my book prices are going up. So make sure you get them on my website now before the book prices go up. Because right now it is still $45 for the Affair series box set. And the ones that I have, that is all. I will not have the Affair series box set anymore. So you can get that for $45. You can get each book for $10 for now. At the beginning of the year, everything will be going up. So we need to start getting up my inventory. Hello. Anyway, Houston Horror Market in Katy, Texas, at the Wildcatter Saloon is this Saturday. Make sure you're there. I will be there with all of my books for that price, $10 a book. So make sure you're there. I will see y'all later, and that's it. Okay, bye.